at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Indianapolis Colts and the Cleveland Browns. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. They find some open field here. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play there on the first play of the game. 64 yards. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll run here with Taylor. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Now it's Burrow. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
That's an early scramble to be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they're going to giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Third and goal, Burrow. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
Well, you know, he hated taking the loss there on third down.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. On play action, they'll throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
In motion, the tight end. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. Chubb on the counter. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. This defense for the Colts, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it 2nd down and 12. They run it again with Chubb. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll set up to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield. They're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A give running right is Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Browns post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you talk about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I'm so excited about this game because to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these 2 teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. Here's Burrow. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. And some space here. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. So this defense, they get their first interception of the game, and since they were in plus territory, didn't have too terribly far to go, but they take it all the way into the end zone.
And you intercepted in that close, you're automatically thinking 6 points the other way, but what I like most about it was how the defense rallied, got up on their blocks, and didn't commit any penalties as well.
A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
First and 10, Taylor now. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
From just shy of midfield, Burrow flush to his right. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Now it's Burrow. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And a nice gain of 21 yards. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Force, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Myles Garrett. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. After the sack on first down, Burrow eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts get a late score here, the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They begin this drive with Chubb. Always got some breathing room. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They run again on first down. Chubb. And he's got room. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Lamb gets the green light. He'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Here we go. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
The slot man in motion right. And the slot man goes in motion left. Second down, here's Chubb again. And some room to work. 95 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. I think you'd have to say Nick Chubb, pound for pound, one of the most powerful runners in the NFL. He proved it there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. And again, it's Chubb. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Lamb gets the green light. He'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Here we go.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. Despite a little power on the move, still tackled shy of the 20. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Now Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
11 MP. 11 mighty. 12.
Burrow looking to pass. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Here we go.
Burrow going for it on 4th. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now Chubb running right. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll set up a throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Colts are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception. They've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Burrow's throw pulled in by Woods. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Here we go.
On the counter, it's Taylor. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
11.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. Throwing, completing, quick to Calvin Ridley. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Oh, he fakes a spike. And that is incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They go play action with Burrow. That one into the hands of Hopkins downfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. Here we go. 11 Thomas. 11 MT tank. 11 MT tank. 11 MT. 11 MT.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. And they go play action now. Burrow. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Give him 30 yards there.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
11. Stop.
Taylor is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. On the ground with a tight end. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Woods.
Finding space at the 40. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Schwartz. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Browns add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. York on now for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
Now it's Burrow. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Here we go. Here we go.
Fourth down. Here's Joe Burrow. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is going to have a quick first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And so close. He gets it to the one. Out of bounds right there.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Cleveland, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.